Hi, everybody. Welcome to English Digest. I'm Tom.
Hi, I'm Stephanie.
And today we're going to talk about animals, and specifically we're going to talk about sloths. Okay, sloths. That's kind of a hard word to say because it's got the TH sound in there. Sloth. And that's an animal that moves really slowly. So that's kind of clever here because we've got this title, Sloths, Life in the Slow Lane. Of course, we oftentimes have the phrase life in the fast lane.
Which was an Eagles song. And our writer, Life in the Fast Lane. Yeah, and Jamie, who wrote the article, would know that song. The Eagles were a great group.
He's old enough to remember that. My goodness, Jamie is so old.
Oh, stop it.
He's about ready to turn
young.
100. But in any case here, no, he's not that old. But in any case, yes, this is a story about sloths. And yes, they're not very fast. They are actually slow. If you don't know what a sloth is by now, well, they're those animals that kind of hang in trees. There's a couple of them, or at least one of them at the Taipei Zoo. I remember seeing one there before they closed the night hall or whatever it was called, where they had the owls and stuff.
Oh, the night animals.
I can't remember what that was called, the Yexingguan.
Did you see the sloth move in the zoo here?
They move slowly. They're not just sitting there all the time. But in any case, they are slow. And also, one of them made an appearance in that movie Zootopia a couple of years ago, which we'll get to in just a couple of seconds. So let's talk about sloths now. Let's read the entire contents of our lesson right now.
Do you remember when sloths went viral? After Zootopia came out, memes featuring the film's adorable, slow-moving sloth were all over the internet. This sparked a love for these unusual animals that has yet to die down. Here is some information on these cuddly creatures. Sloths are found in tropical rainforests in Central and South America. Spending most of their lives hanging in trees, these animals feed on twigs and flowers. On average, they only climb down once a week for a quick bathroom break. Few people are aware there are two types of sloths, two-toed and three-toed. Two-toed sloths are larger and climb trees a little faster than their cousins. Three-toed sloths, on the other hand, are much better swimmers. In fact, they move quite gracefully through the water. Unfortunately, both sloth types move extremely slowly on land, which makes them an easy target for predators. To survive, they often camouflage their bodies with algae to blend in with their environment. Although their slow speed may seem like a curse, it's actually a blessing in disguise. Since they don't move very fast, sloths have a slow metabolism. It takes them days to process food, which means they don't need to eat nearly as frequently as other animals. This ability is the main reason why sloths have survived on Earth for millions of years. Unfortunately, the sloth's future on the planet isn't guaranteed. The biggest threat to its survival is deforestation. When rainforests are destroyed, sloths lose their shelter and food supply and become easy prey for jaguars and eagles. Thankfully, conservation efforts are underway to ensure that these sluggish creatures can continue living life at their comfortable pace.
The time has come for us to discuss the contents of today's lesson. We're talking about sloths in today's program, life in the slow lane. I should be more specific about that term, slow lane. If you're on the freeway or on an interstate highway in the United States, of course, if you're not going particularly fast, you're supposed to stay to the right. That's the slow lane. And if you want to pass someone, then that's the fast lane. But here we're talking about, hey, slowing things down like a sloth. Boy, they are slow indeed, as slow as turtles or snails or whatever. So in any case, here we've got a question here. Do you remember when sloths went viral. Okay, viral here sometimes refers to a disease that spreads really fast. But in this particular case, viral means it's something that spreads really fast in popularity on the internet. So, of course, sloths were really hot, really popular a couple of years ago. I think as a result of that movie from Disney, Zootopia, about that rabbit who wants to be a police officer, and she moves to the big city and manages to do it after a while.
Oh, you saw it?
Yeah, actually, I think I saw it twice. My daughter wanted to go see it at a first-run theater, and then we saw it at the second-run theater again a second time.
Oh, explain first run and second run.
First run, that's when they first come out, and you've got to pay a really high price for the ticket if you really want to see a movie. If you want to save some money, maybe wait, 4 or 5 months or something like that, and then you can see the movie maybe at a second-run movie theater. We see most of our films at a second-run movie theater, the one in Jingmei there.
Ooh, save some money that way. That's great. And actually, at the first-run theaters, sometimes they come and go too quickly for me. Here we're talking about some memes, some sloth memes that are on the internet. I didn't know what a meme was at first. A couple years ago, I had to look it up. I thought, what are they talking about? It's a new word. This word didn't exist when we were kids, that's for sure. It's when people will take pictures or videos and change them using Photoshop, and they put some sort of funny phrase on it, and then they send them around, and everybody passes them along through Facebook or Twitter. Or maybe Line. They're kind of fun. So these were different funny memes, and they featured this adorable sloth that was in Zootopia. I think they're pretty cute. I've never seen one in real life. I've only seen pictures of one, but I would like to see one.
Yeah, I hope they still have them at the zoo in Taipei here. I haven't seen one recently, though. Maybe they still have them. I don't know. But in any case, yes, the Nocturnal House was closed, and that's where they used to be. But in any case here, yes, there were memes spreading around the internet, and these memes, these different kind of pictures or videos or whatever, featured this film's adorable, slow-moving creature called the sloth, and they were all over the internet. They probably still are. You could probably look them up. And this sparked a love for these unusual animals that has yet to die down. So here we've got the verb to spark something. Spark is oftentimes a noun. It just refers to a small little fire, you know?
Yeah.
Like in your motorcycle or in your car, you have a spark plug, 火星塞, as you say in Mandarin. So 火星 is the spark there. But here spark is being used as the verb to spark something, to kind of trigger something, to get it going. And so it sparked a love for these animals. It caused people to love them. And, of course, you probably saw T-shirts and memes being passed around the internet and things like that.
Yeah, and they're described here as being cuddly creatures. If something's cuddly, it means they're soft and furry, and you just kind of want to hold them. A lot of people have toy stuffed animals. We call them stuffed animals that are cuddly, and some kids like to go to sleep holding them in their arms. So these are pretty cuddly creatures. And they're so darn cute. You just want to hold them like, you know, they're maybe a pet. Although, I don't think you can buy a sloth to be a pet.
No, you better not be able to.
No. Sloths are found in tropical rainforests, and these tropical rainforests are located in Central and South America. So it sounds like they need a very hot, humid place for them to survive. I know I've seen them hanging on trees. That's where I've seen pictures of them myself. But they like to eat twigs and flowers. So if you feed on, only use this verb phrase with animals, guys. Do not use it with people unless you're talking about vampires or werewolves that aren't real. Then you can say that vampires feed on blood of humans, or werewolves feed on humans' flesh. But here, these animals, actually, they're herbivores, which means they eat just natural plants. They feed on twigs, which are very small sticks or branches from a tree. they'd have to be pretty small because sloths are really kind of tiny. And flowers, they like to eat flowers.
Well, they probably like the taste of them, so that's what they feed on. Again, we use this term to talk about animals like bats feed on insects, for example, cows feed on grass or whatever. So these particular animals feed on twigs and flowers. Just in case you wanted to know. Now, moving on here, on average, they only climb down once a week for a quick bathroom break. So they don't hang out in the tree all the time, but they do come down about once a week to go to the bathroom, to make a visit to the potty, okay? So they come down for a quick bathroom break. They need to, get rid of their bodily waste, and they don't want to do it in the tree, so they come down but only about once a week. All the other times they are in the tree. I did want to emphasize that we do say something is in the tree. The bird is in the tree because they're amongst the branches and stuff.
Yeah.
Whereas in Chinese, I believe you guys say 在树上. Right? If
So,
they're on the tree, they're actually on the very top of the tree.
Yeah, or a bird can be on a treetop or on a branch. Yeah, sorry, that's a little confusing. We do use this phrase to have a quick bathroom break. Sometimes instead of saying, I want to go to the toilet, Americans tend not to want to say the word toilet out loud. So we will just say, we need a quick bathroom break. Or can we take a quick bathroom break right now? It just means, take a quick trip to go to the bathroom. I'm wondering where these sloths actually go. Like dogs like bushes and trees, and they lift up their legs and go to the bathroom. I wonder why they can't just go to the bathroom hanging onto the tree. I wonder where they go. I'm curious.
I guess they've got some sense of cleanliness or something.
Or maybe they need some privacy.
Could be. They're maybe modest. Maybe they're like cats where they, do their business and then they cover it up.
True.
Whereas dogs don't care. They basically do that anywhere they want to. They have no shame.
Stop.
But in any case here, yes, they climb down once a week for a quick bathroom break. And I think that's a good place to take a break because I happen to need a bathroom break myself. So let's do it now and listen to our Chinese teacher.
Hello everyone, my name is Tina. 今天我们要谈论的主题呢是树懒，英文称之为 sloths。在第一段里面呢提到了在动物方程式这个电影 Zootopia 它呢上映之后，树懒就成为大家非常喜爱的动物。那么我们通常在英文的文章里面，第一段的最后一个句子呢就是这篇文章的主题论述，英文称之为 thesis statement。 第一段的最后一句呢可以引进接下来我们所要探讨的主题。你会发现第二段谈到树懒生长的区域、种类，还有第三段提到它们有缓慢的新陈代谢，这些都跟树懒的资讯有关。所以根据这样子的篇章结构呢，我们可以来看到第一题可以选择 D 选项。 Sentence D 提到Here is some information on these cuddly creatures. 接下来就是一些关于这些惹人怜爱生物的资讯。根据文章的结构，第一题呢，我们的标准答案就选择 D 选项。
We're going to take a quick break. Stay tuned. We'll be right back. Welcome back, guys. We're talking about sloths. They're our animal unit here. Sloths' life in the slow lane. They're very slow. I didn't mention when we started, Tom, that we'll often use sloth as a name to call someone who's really lazy. Oh, he's such a sloth. Although sloths are really cute, when we call someone a sloth, it's not cute because we really are saying, you are so lazy.
Exactly. So, yes, it's someone who's lazy. You're such a sloth. But here, sloths are referring specifically to that animal from Central and South America.
The cute one, yeah.
The cute one that was in Zootopia. Remember, he was the one at the Department of Motor Vehicles or something, and they needed to take care of some business. And this person was incredibly slow, which is kind of a comment on people who work at such places. Although I do want to say that the Department of Motor Vehicles here in Taipei is very efficient.
They're wonderful.
Oh, yeah. Every time I go in there, I'm in and out of there really, really quickly. I can't say the same thing about where I'm from.
No, people don't understand. If you go to, we call it the DMV, where you go to get your, driver's license in America. They are so slow. So I love the office here. Thank you very much.
And the people are quite friendly as well. But in any case, that's the reference from Zootopia here. And we just got done talking about the fact that they come down from the tree once a week to go to the bathroom. And few people are aware that there are two kinds of sloths, two-toed and three-toed. Now, two-toed sloths, or sloths that have two toes instead of three, they are larger and climb trees a little faster than their cousins. They're not, of course, really related as cousins are, but when we talk about different species of an animal, we call them cousins oftentimes. So the two-toed sloths are a little faster, and three-toed sloths, on the other hand, are much better swimmers. So I guess the two-toed sloths are not very good in the water, but three-toed sloths can swim pretty well. In fact, they move quite gracefully through the water. Maybe not as gracefully as an Olympic swimmer, but still they do a pretty good job in the water there, being able to get from one shore or one bank of the river to the other side.
I had no idea that those little creatures could swim. So they're really much better swimmers with three toes. Notice, guys, that when we make this into an adjective and we put that little line or hyphen in between two and toe, we put a D on it. We don't put an S. You can't say two-toes sloth. That's wrong. A two-toed sloth or a three-toed sloth or a sloth with three toes. And if you say three toes, there's no hyphen in the middle. You have two separate words. So pay attention to that. In fact, these little three-toed sloths, they are really graceful, meaning they look beautiful when they move. Dancers are graceful. Little kids learning to walk aren't graceful. They fall over and they don't look beautiful. But when something's graceful, it's quite lovely to look at. Now, unfortunately, both the sloths that we're talking about, there are two types, they move extremely slowly on land, which isn't surprising to anyone here. And that makes them an easy target for predators. A predator hunts and tries to kill other animals for food. They don't do it just to be mean. They're actually hunting other animals, and we call them prey, P-R-E-Y, so that they can kill them and eat them to live. So a predator is the bigger, meaner animal, and most animals are preyed on by bigger animals, right? So this is a little animal that probably is pretty easy to hunt and kill because he's so darn slow. So remember, a predator is the animal that hunts and kills other animals for food.
Like bears or wolves or whatever, they're predators. So here, the sloths, to survive, they often camouflage their bodies with algae to blend in with their environment. So here we've got camouflage. That just means to hide yourself by putting different colors on your body. Soldiers do that.
Yeah.
They wear camouflage. Camouflage can be both a noun and a verb. They use algae here, which is a kind of simple plant. It doesn't have any flowers and it grows in water most of the time, but they can cover their bodies with this algae to blend in with their environment. And that's what you do when you camouflage yourself. You want to blend in. You don't want to be seen. If somebody looks in a scene or something, they can't see you because you're blending in.
Yeah.
Sometimes, of course, when I go back to the United States, I like to blend in with the crowds there so I don't have to stick out like a sore thumb and have a bunch of kids go, hey, Waiguo-ren, hey, look at that. I don't like to stick out so much. I like to blend in and not be noticed.
Oh, that's hard to do here for you, Tom.
Not easy.
Very hard. Well, they're able to blend in, which keeps them safe because that algae is the right color, and you kind of can't see the animal because of the colors that blend into the surroundings. So, although their slow speed may seem like a curse or something that really hurts them, it's actually a blessing in disguise. These are great words. So, when you talk about a curse, it could be a swear word. If someone swears at me and says, "Oh, damn you," that's a curse. Someone's cursing at me or cursing me. But it could also be like, a witch or a wizard who puts this spell on you and curses you, and you turn from a handsome prince into a frog. That could be a curse. But if you have something that's a curse to you, it's something that makes your life more difficult and hard. It causes you misery. But instead of being a curse, to be slow like a sloth, it's actually a blessing in disguise. A blessing, of course, is something great, and it helps your life, and it's an advantage. It's wonderful, but if it's a blessing in disguise, it means when you first get that thing, or maybe something bad happens to you, it looks bad at first, but then you find out, actually, it's a blessing in disguise. It looks like it could be bad, but it actually is a benefit to the sloth that he's slow.
Yeah, that reminds me of the story of Sai Wang, who lost his horse. Someone said, "Oh, Sai Wang, you lost your horse. How terrible." And he replied, "Well, maybe my losing a horse is a blessing in disguise. Maybe it's actually good. It might be a curse to be slow, but actually it might be beneficial. Since they don't move very fast, sloths have a slow metabolism. 新陈代谢, I believe, in Chinese, metabolism. And it takes them days to process food. So, my goodness, you could just eat one meal and you wouldn't get hungry. Humans kind of terrible that way. We've got to have 3 square meals a day.
Yeah.
And so it takes them several days to process or digest that food, which means they don't eat nearly as frequently as other animals. Frequently means often. And for us, we need to eat frequently, 3 times a day. And this ability is the main reason why sloths have survived on Earth for millions of years. They've been here for quite some time, I guess, because of their slow metabolism.
It's helpful. So unfortunately, the sloth's future on the planet isn't guaranteed. If you guarantee something, it means you have someone or something saying this will definitely happen, or somebody tells you, if you do these things, I can guarantee that this product will never break. No one is guaranteed to have a happy life all the time. No one can say for sure. We just don't know. So, unfortunately, the sloth's future on the planet isn't guaranteed. Nobody knows for sure if he'll live forever. He's lived a long time so far, though. The greatest or biggest threat that could cause harm to him is deforestation. A threat is something that could possibly cause you harm, maybe even injure you or kill you. It's a threat to his survival. Deforestation is when humans go out there and cut down trees in the forest, and then those animals lose their natural habitat.
Deforestation, indeed. And when rainforests are destroyed, like in Central and South America, sloths lose their shelter and food supply and become easy prey for predators like jaguars and eagles. Okay, so destroy here just means to totally get rid of something in a violent manner. So the rainforests are destroyed and they're easy prey. Prey here, of course, means you're targeted by predators, and thankfully conservation efforts are underway or are ongoing to ensure that these sluggish creatures can continue living life at their comfortable pace. Sluggish here just means kind of slow, but yeah, that's one way we can describe sloths. But hey, they've been around for millions of years. Let's try to keep them around for millions more. And that brings us to the end of our explanation. Here comes our Chinese teacher.
第二个空格要选到正确的答案，我们要看到空格后面的句子。空格后面句子提到 two-toed sloths， 以及下一句的 three-toed sloths， 指的就是2指跟3指的树懒。所以这里到底应该选哪一题呢？第二题我们可以选择 F 选项。Sentence F 提到 Few people are aware there are 2 types of sloths. two-toed and three-toed。在这里就说明很少人知道，其实树懒分成2种类型，2指跟3指，所以后面的文章就分别介绍这2种类型的树懒。第2题的标准答案我们就选择 F 选项。第3个空格，前面的句子提到 Unfortunately, both sloth types move extremely slowly on land, which makes them an easy target for predators. 不幸的呢，是这2种类型的树懒，它在陆地上的移动都非常的缓慢，也就使它们成为捕食者攻击的目标。那么延续这样的文意，要怎么让自己可以存活下来呢？最好的方式就是要伪装保护自己咯。所以顺应文意，第3题可以选择 A 选项。To survive, 为了要活下来 they often camouflage their bodies with algae to blend in with their environment. 他们常常会伪装 camouflage， 他们怎么伪装呢？就是用这些藻类 algae 把自己跟周遭的环境呢 blend in 融合在一起。所以根据文意，第3题的标准答案就可以选择 A 选项。接下来第4个空格，我们来看第4个空格前面的句子提到 Since they don't move very fast, sloths have a slow metabolism. 由于树懒呢移动非常的缓慢，所以它们的新陈代谢也很缓慢。那么顺应这样的文意，我们可以选择 E 选项。Sentence E 提到 It takes them days to process food, which means they don't need to eat nearly as frequently as other animals. 既然前面的句子提到新陈代谢很慢，所以要花上很多天才能够消化食物，这也就代表着它们几乎不需要像其他动物一样频繁的进食。所以顺应文意，第4题的标准答案就选择 E 选项。第5个空格要答对，我们要看第5个空格前面的句子提到 The biggest threat to its survival is deforestation. 对于树懒的存活来讲，最大的威胁就是 deforestation， 指的就是滥砍滥伐森林。那么延续这样子的文意，第5题我们可以选择 B 选项。Sentence B 提到When rainforests are destroyed, sloths lose their shelter and food supply and become easy prey for jaguars and eagles. 这里提到的是 rainforests， 当雨林被破坏的时候呢，树懒就失去了他们的庇护所 shelter， 还有呢食物的供给来源food supply， 而就因此成为呢美洲豹跟老鹰能够轻取的猎物。在这里的 prey 代表着呢就是猎物的意思，因为前面提到 deforestation 滥砍滥伐森林，也就是延续着说雨林被破坏的时候，它们就成为其他生物的猎物了。所以根据文意，第5题的标准答案我们就选择 B 选项。 OK， 以上就是今天的课文讲解，谢谢收听。
That's it for today, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us, and please join us again next time for another edition of our program. From all of us here at English Digest, I'm Tom.
I'm Stephanie.
Goodbye.
Bye.